Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. So we're working on the book Math Makes 7. Math Makes Sense grade 7. The lessons we're going to cover today are the chapter we're going to cover today are area of circles and interpreting circle graph. So let's just start with the lesson area of circles. Okay, here I am on the lesson area of circles. Okay, let's just start with the lesson. Okay, here is the practice question. Let's just start with the practice question. Calculate the area of each circle. Estimate. Check your answer if they are reasonable, right? So you are given with a circle and also you are given with the radius of the circle, right? You have to just calculate the area of the circle. So whenever you have to calculate the area of the circle, you have to use the formula that is area equals pi r square. Area of circle is a equals pi r square, right? R is the radius. So the first one is 2. The radius of the first circle is 2. So it would be a equals pi r is 2 square, right? So 2 square is 4. You have to do 3.14 times 4, right? 3.14 is the value of the pi, right? So let's just multiply. It would be 4 times 3.14, that is 12.56. So the area of the circle is 12.56, right? The next one is, let's just start with the next question. Calculate the area of the each circle. Give your answer in the two decimal places. The first one is radius is 3. So we know that the area of circle is a equals pi r square. Radius you are given is 3. Let's just put the value. It would be 3 square and 3.14. Let me just use calculator. 3 square is 9. 9 times 3.14 is 28.26. So the area of the circle with radius 3 is 28.26, right? Let's just start with question number 3. Okay, the first one is use the results of question 1 and question 2. What happens to the area in each case? You double the radius of a circle, right? What happens if you double the radius? So the first one is double the radius. A equals pi r square. A equals pi r square. So if you double the radius, right, that means the radius would be 2r, right? So it would be pi and 2r square. So it would be 2 square is 4. It would be 4 pi r square. That means if you double the radius, the area is 4 times the original one, right? The original one is pi r square, but you have 4. That means the area is then 4 times the area of the circle, right? Okay, the next one is you have triples the radius. So 3 square means 9. So if you triple the radius, then the area of the circle is 9 times the area of the original circle. You're quadruple the area of a you are going to quadruple the area of a circle. So quadruple means if you quadruple means 4 times the radius of the circle, right? So 4 square is 16. That means the area of the circle would be then 16 times the area of the original circle, right? Okay. Let's start with question number 4. Use 1 centimeter grid paper. Draw a circle with a radius 5. Draw a square outside the circle that just enclose the circle. Draw a square inside the circle. So the vertices lie on the circle. Measure the sides of the square. The steps are: how can you use the area of the circle? Check your estimate in part A by calculating the area of circle. Repeat the activity. Okay, you have to draw a circle, right? That is the circle for radius 5. Draw a square outside the circle. So here's the circle. You just draw a circle that encloses the circle, right? You draw a square that encloses the circle. Then you draw a square inside. This one is a square you draw inside the circle. Now you have to see how do you use the area of the two squares to estimate the area of a circle. Basically, you have to estimate the area of the circle, right? So you can see for this circle, this one is 5, right? If you look at the larger square, it would be then 5 plus 5, that would be 10 centimeter, right? And you can even measure the smaller side of the square, right? If you can make this on 1 centimeter grid paper, right? So let's just do it on the board. Okay, so for the larger square, it would be 10 centimeter, and for the smaller square it would be around 7 centimeter, right? You can make it on the square paper and you can see that would be around 7 centimeter, right? So the first one is the area of the smaller square, right? It would be 7. That is 7, right? So the area of the smaller square would be area of smaller square or the inside square. 7 times 7, that would be 49 centimeter square, right? The area of the larger square is 10 times 10 because squares has all four sides equal in length. 10 times 10, that is 100 centimeter square. So now suppose that the A is the area of the circle on the picture, right? In the picture, we can see A is the value that is equally distant from both 49 centimeter square. Let's just calculate the area of circle. That would be pi r square. The radius you are given is 5. It would be 5 square times pi. So let's just multiply them. 5 square is 25 and 25 times r is 78.54, right? That means the area of the circle is 78.54, right? Let's just start with the next one. Question number 6. In curling, the target area is the bull's eye with 4 concentric circles. Calculate the area of the smallest circle. When a smaller circle overlaps a larger circle, a ring is formed. Calculate the area of each ring on the target area. Give your answer to 4 decimal places. Let's just start with question number 6. You are given the radius of the smallest circle would be 0.15, then 0.60, then 1.20 and 1.80. So you have to calculate the area of the smallest circle. The smallest circle had the radius 0.15, right? Let's just calculate the area of the smallest circle. The radius of the smallest circle is 0.15 meter. Okay, that is the radius of the smallest circle, right? That would be 0.15 meters. So area would be area of S means smallest one, right? That would be pi r square. So that is 0.15 square times 3.14. Let me just calculate the value. It should be 0.0707, right? That is the area of the smallest circle. Okay, now the question is calculate, we're done with area of the smaller circle. When a smaller circle overlaps a larger circle, a ring formed. Calculate the area of each ring in the target area, right? So basically we need to find the area of each circular ring. So when we subtract the area of a smaller circle from the area of the larger circle, we get the area of a circular ring, right? You have to subtract the area of the smallest circle out of the larger one, right? Let's just calculate the area of the blue circle, the bigger one, that would be 0.60 meter, right? Let's just calculate the area of the big, bigger circle that has the radius 0.60 meter. Is it 60? Yes. Okay, so you have to do pi r square, that would be 0.60 square times 3.14, right? Let's just subtract both the areas, that would be 0.36 pi. Let's just subtract both the areas, right? Area of the ring equal a2 minus a1, that is a2 and that is a1, right? It would be 0.36 pi minus 0.0225 pi. So when you subtract, that equals 1.060 meter square. That is the area of the small ring. You have to calculate the area of the other two rings the same way, right? Now you can find the area of the white circle, then you have to subtract the area of the two smaller circles. Then you have to calculate the area of the red one and you have to subtract the area of the smaller circles, right? Okay, let's just start with question number 8. A large pizza has diameter 35 centimeter. Two large pizzas cost $19.99. A medium pizza has diameter 30 centimeter. Three medium pizza cost 24.99. What is the which is better deal? Two large pizza or three medium pizza? Okay, let's just calculate the larger pizza has diameter 35. Let's just calculate the area of the larger pizza, right? Diameter 35. When you calculate the radius of the larger circle, it would be 35 over 2, that equals 17.5. Then the medium pizza has the radius 15 and 15, right? 30 over 2 is 15. Let's just calculate the area of both the pizzas, right? Let me just do in calculator. Pi r square, 17.5 square times pi, that would be, the area of this circle is 962.11, right? And the area of this circle would be 706.86. That is the area of the. Okay, so the deal is you can have to buy two large pizzas or three medium pizza, right? So the two area of two large pizza, that is the 2 times 962.11, right? It is 1924.22 centimeter square. That means the cost per square centimeter of the pizza is 0.019. Then the three area of three medium pizzas is 3 times 706.86. That equals 2120.58. So this is the greater value than this one. That means that two large pizza deal is the correct option, right? So okay, we are done with the chapter and I think we are done with the lesson. And we are done with the lesson, that is area of circles. Now we're going to start the next lesson, that is from the same chapter, and the lesson is under interpreting circle graphs. We learn how do we work on the circle graphs, right? That is the information related to circle graph. In a circle graph, data is shown as parts of one whole. Each sector of a circle graph represents a percent of the whole circle. The whole circle represents 100%, right? A circle graph has a title. Each sector is labeled with a category and a percent. A circle graph compares the numbers in each category to the total number. That is, a fraction of the circle represents the same fraction of the total. Sometimes a circle graph has a legend that shows what category each sector represent. In this case, only the percents. Okay, you can see this is they are, the data is shown in the percentage form. If you add all them together, they makes 100, right? This is actually the legend that tells you 20 orange color belongs to baseball, blue color belongs to football, pink color belongs to hockey, right? Here is the example. Let's just look at this example. The graph shows Nathan's typical day. Which activity does Nathan do about one fourth of the time? About how many hours does Nathan spend on each activity? Okay, you have to see one fourth of the time, right? So you have to calculate one fourth of the graph, right? One fourth means 25%. 25% is close to 22%. That means 22%, 25% of the time Nathan is in school. About how many hours does Nathan spend on each activity? Let's just calculate each activity. 20 hours in a day, right? That is the graph of for 24 hours. So just multiply 40% time of 24. That is 9.6 around 10. That means 10 hours he is sleeping. Then 22% of 24 is 5 hours he's in school, right? Let's just start with the practice questions. 1. The circle graph shows the most popular activities in a First Nation schools. There are 500 students in the school. The students, all students voted. Which activity did about one fourth of the student choose? Okay, one fourth means 25%, right? Okay, so 25% of the students are doing traditional dance lessons, right? That means one fourth of the students are doing traditional dance lessons, right? Which activity is most popular, right? So you can see the graph that has the most value, right? The most value is 40%. That is power drum classes. And the least popular would be the one that has the smallest value, that is 25%. So traditional dances are the least popular. Find the number of students who chooses each activity. So the total numbers you are students you are given is 500. You just have to calculate one by one. Like stick games is 35%. So let's just calculate them according to the percentages given. The total students are 500, right? So the first one is traditional dance lessons, right? Traditional 25%. Just calculate 25% of 500, right? It would be 125. That means 125 of the students chose activity traditional dance lesson. The next one is 40% power drum classes. 40%, right? So you have to do 40 times 500 over 100. It would be 200 of the students are doing power drum classes. The last value is 35%. So you have to calculate 35 times 500 over 100. So it would be 175 of the students are doing activity 3, right? If you add these three numbers, they sum to 500. You can check by adding, right? Okay, let's start with question number 3. This graph shows the world's gold production for a particular year. In this year, the world's gold production was approximately 230 T, 2300 T. About how much gold would have been produced in each country, Canada and South Africa, right? You have to calculate how much gold have been produced in Canada and South Africa. The question is 2300, right? The total value is 2300. South Africa is 35%. Let's just calculate 35% of 2300. 35%, sorry, not 23. It would be 35 times 2300 over 100, right? Let's just multiply them. It would be 805 T gold have been produced in South Africa, right? Okay, for the Canada, it is 7%. Just calculate 7% of 2300. So it would be 7 times 2300 over 100. So it would be 261 T, right? Okay, let's just start with question number 5. This circle graph shows the population of the 4 Western Canadian provinces in 2005. The percent of Saskatchewan not shown. What percent of population lived in Saskatchewan? How do you know? Okay, just add the given values 12%, 44%, and 32%. It would be, let me just add 12 plus 34 plus 44, that is 90. The whole value of the circle must be 100. So that means 100 minus 90 is 10. That means the missing value is, this value is 10%, right? List the provinces in order from least to greatest. The least value will be this Saskatchewan, then Manitoba, then British Columbia, and then Alberta. In 2005, total population of the western provinces was about 9,683 million people. Calculate the population of each province to the nearest thousand. So you have to calculate the each province. So just calculate 10% of this one, then 12%, then 44 and 34, right? I'm going to just calculate 12%, right? You can do the rest of the three values in your own. So you have to calculate 12% of 9, I think 683,000. Just calculate, it would be 12 over 100 times 9683000. Just calculate the value, so it would be 1162000, right? This way you can calculate the other two values, three values, right? Okay, the next question is question number 7. That is, the circle graph shows the percent of ingredients in two 150-gram samples of different snack mixes. For which snack mix, calculate the mass in grams. For each snack mix, calculate this mass in grams. For each ingredient, about what of the raisins would you expect to find in 300 grams of each sample? What assumption do you make? Okay, you have to calculate the values for each of the graph for both of them, right? For the total value would be 150. Let's just start with morning snack mix. 27, 17, 20, and 36. Here's on this side I'm going to do with morning snack mix, and for here you have to super snack mix. The total, the value, we need to calculate the mass of each ingredient in 150 grams, right? The total value would be 150. Let's just calculate for the morning snack. 27, 17, 20, 36. 27 times 150 over 100. 27 is for the peanuts. It would be 40.5. Then for sunflower, it would be 20 times 150 over 100. That would be 30. Then for almonds, it would be 36%. 36 times 150 over 100, that is 54 grams. Then you have raisins, 17 over times 150 over 100, that is 25.5. Same way you can calculate the values for the super snack fix. So for the peanuts it is pineapple chunks, not peanuts. It is 20 times 150 over 100, that would be 30. Then for the raisins it is 13 times 150 over 100, so it is 19.5. For the banana chips, it would be 23 times 150 over 100, right? When you calculate the value, that is 34.5 grams. Then you can do the same thing for the cranberries. That would be 17 times 150 over 100. So that equals 25.5, right? Then for papaya, it would be 27 times 150 over 100. That would be 40.5, right? Okay, the B part is about what mass of raisins would you expect to find in 300 grams sample of each mix. If the sample is 300 gram, how much value you're going to use for the raisins in both of them, right? The raisins used in morning stack mix is 25.5, so that is doubling. 150 times 2 is 130. That means that raisins would be double. 25.5 times 2 is 51 grams, and here the raisins are 19.5. You have to multiply the value by 2, that would be 39 grams, right? Okay, so I think we are done with the lesson. Yes, we are done with the lesson. We're going to start the next lesson, drawing circle graphs, in the next session. So we were working on grade 7 math. The lessons we have covered, we are working on the chapter circles and area. The lessons we have covered today are area of circles and interpreting circle graph. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the questions I skipped. So if you need more help with any of the question, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? So if you have any question, you can please ask. Please ask question if you have any.